Hey guys, I'm back with another video. In this video, we are going to talk about Ray Dalio, about how exceptional person he is, what the what the thing has done in the history, about all financial statement and finances thing has been done by him in this entire career. Raymond Thomas Dalio, born on 8 August 1949 and is a maker, billion investor, hedge fund manager who was served as a co-chief investment officer of the world's largest hedge fund, Bridgewater Associate. Since 1985, he founded Bridgewater in 1975 in New York. Dalio was born in New York City and attended C.W. Post College for Long Island University before receiving an MBA from Harvard Business School in 1973. Bro, 2 years later, in the apartment, Dalio launched Bridgewater in 2013. It was the largest fund in the world. 2020 number ranked him world 79th world wealthiest person. Dalio is the author of the seven principal life work and about corporate management and investment philosophy. It was featured in the New York Times bestseller list. Early life Dalio was born in Jackson Heights neighborhood of the New York City, Queensboro. When he was 8, the family moved from Jackson Heights to Nassau County, New York. He was the son of jazz musician Mario Dalio, who was played the clarinet, saxophone, manor jazz clubs such as Kapasakawa and homemaker. As a child, Dalio has a various odd jobs including moving lawns, shoveling snow on a paper route. He was Italian descent. At the table, he started caddying the link golf wheel. He was which was within within walking distance of childhood home. He cared for any street professor during his time there, including Wall Street veteran George Liev. Liev and his wife Isabel invited Dalio to the make Park Avenue apartment for family dinner and holiday gathering. The couple soon, a Wall Street trader later gave Dalio a summer job to a trading firm. He began investing as 12 when he bought share of Northeast Airline for $300 and tripped his investment after the airline merged with another company. By the time he reached high school, he has built an investment portfolio of $7,000. He received a bachelor degree in finance from Long Island University and MBA from Harvard School in 73. College in high school, Thalia was average student. He found school repetitive and monotonous and soon called volumes for skill. He was learning because of this. He has trouble finding a college on which to enroll. He finally applied for Court or CW College, a campus of Long Island University. He continued to buy sell stock in college but became attracted to something new, commodity future had low borrowing requirement at the time. Now the could profit more handsomely than the simple stock. At the same time, he was beginning to enjoy school with more for freedom given to him. He was transactional meditation, which he still practice to this day through the use of his technique management technique and renewed interest in learning. Dalio achieved academic excellence at the end of the time of CW Post College. He was admitted to the Harvard Business College graduate school. After graduating from CW Post College, Dalio has a free summer. He took a job as a clerk on New York Exchange. While there, he witnessed Nixon's decision to take the United of Gold Standard to response of rising inflation. Stock prices of stock and over 33% falling. These events are the motion great inflation 1970s. The combination of easy money policy and amendment or fiscal discipline set prices. The next summer, after the first year at Harvard, Dalio and his friend created a company that later became Bridgewater Associates. It started off the small entity. Its goal to trade commodities, but the lack of experience and venture yielded little fruit. Although the original Bridgewater fund Dalio later used to name it to start what would become the largest hedge fund in the history. Professional start after graduating from Harvard, Dalio managed and started a family. He moved from Wilton, Connecticut, where he lived and traded out of the converted bond. Dalio then worked on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, traded commodity future. He later worked as the director of commodity as Dominic LLC. In 1974, he became the future trader and broker at CEO Sharon Hayden Stone, a secret firm by the Sandy Wall, who later became famous for building a city group. At that frame, Dalio's job was to advise cattle ranchers Gainward and other found to how to hedge risk premature in future, but he has largely dissatisfied and Chiron had a stone hierarchical structure which reminded him of primary education. He longed for freedom as lifestyle for at one time he paid a stripper to drop her clothes in front of crowd at the annual convention of Carnival of Food and Grain Rover Association. His creative waste of blowing off steam continued to explore. New Year Eve in addition after he went out drinking with some colleague including his boss. After a disagreement with his superior, a drunk Dalio punched him in the face. He was let go from his visa. Chevron hadn't shown funding of Bridgewater assured, despite of the aggressive behavior and numerous clients of Head Stone retained their trust to Dalio and continued to allow him manage their money. With this capital, he able to scrape together the beginning of asset management fund in and have a result. We already started out of the wealth advisor firm, in which capacity, if he is subnumerous corporate client, mostly retain the Dalio's job assure and hidden stone. The main areas in which Dalio advised was currencies and internet interest rate. The company began publishing a paid subscription research report daily observation which it analyzed gold market trend. Dalio big break came when McDonald's signed on a client on a firm. Bridgewater then began to grow rapidly. The firm signed on a large client including a pension fund of for the World Bank and Eastern Kodak. In 1981, the firm opened an office in Westport, Connecticut. When Ray and his wife wanted to start a family, Dalio started to become well known Wall Street after turning a profit from the 1987 stock market. The next year, he appeared an open ferry show episode titled "Do Forgive" on America. In 1990, he launched Bridgewater flagship strategy, Pure Alpha, a reference to Greek letter that in Wall Street terminology represent the surge of money manager can uncover the particular market benchmark such as Nasdaq. In 19 Dalio launched all-weather fund that pioneered steady low risk strategy known as a risk parity. Rise to prominence. Rise to prominence. What does it mean? Become the world's largest hedge fund in 2000. From 1919 it lost money in only 3 calendar years, and you never 40% during the same period. The S&P 500 also had down 3 down years, including negative return. The fund grew in size and using the standard hedge fund model, which take 2% management fee and an asset of 20% yearly profit acquired from using an investment system. In 2000, Dalio was managing many of extremely large entities, including 196 billion near public employee retirement system, the 27 billion Pennsylvania State Employee Retirement System, Melbourne-based National Australia Bank, and the pension fund of Hartford, Connecticut West United Cargo. In 2000, we might be a global financial crisis. In 2000, Dalio published How the Economic Machine Work, a temple for understanding what is happening now. NSA, accessing the potential of various economy of various criteria. The firm total asset under management increased 15 billion in 2002. In your investment philosophy, we use capitalism, socio-economic categories, China, family. In Australia, cautioned people not to be blind on China rise, arguing that it continued to emerge as a global superpower. He claimed that China had succeeded exceptional ways, including high economic performance in spite of COVID-19 pandemic, some of the lowest COVID-19 case rates being the center of the half of the listed initial public offering globally. Dalio asserted that when he visited China in 1994, high-ranking official would marvel of basic technology such as calculator, calling, medical device. He argued that China was now on par US in advanced technology and would probably take the lead in next 5 years. Dalio lived with his wife Barbara Edition and a sculpture Gretchen Greenwich. They have 4 sons. The oldest son Devon automobile accident in 2000 at the age of 42. Second son, Paul Dalio, film director. Dalio suffered as a Barrett esophagus, a form of gastroesophageal reflux disease, which, if not treated properly, can lead to cancer. One Dalio and his wife joined Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, giving pledge vowing of donate more than half his fortune to charitable cause. His lifetime, he created Dalio Foundation, which he served as a personal philanthropic vehicle. By the end of 2020, Dalio Foundation had built up asset in which Dalio contributed another 400 million to foundation, which increased to asset about 842 million. So this foundation Dalio directed million of donation to David Lynch Foundation, which promised sponsor research of transcendental meditation. The Dalio Foundation has contributed to National Philanthropic Trust to No Policy Extraction Project. Let's read out the article. I found the 13-minute summary of Dalio very helpful. Really helpful. He break down how economic work in a clear and concise way. Stupid, simple like me. I found this recent interview. Dalio broad strokes thesis that US will decline and China will take over and there is sufficient trust of PRC, monetary, judicial and fiscal infrastructure. USD took over the £4 sterling just because of the UK was exhaust post WWW. But more than that, major global market participants trusted with US institutions from US of just forget before that transaction in US under breath. For Dalio thesis to wear out, he needed to PCR to convince major global market participant and another nation that PCR charted RMB lead within Bretton Woods. In this, during the post-World War, Asian significantly involved in many domestic political life in the fight with other nations. Here, Ray Dalio says his views on Bitcoin. Ray Dalio is Bitcoin as a gold-like asset. This is first time I felt like the Bitcoin has some value as a commodity that wealthy people put their wealth into when they have nothing better to do with it. People are not buying gold because they ever plan to use it. The end major problem with unavoidable pitfall is that can't be our system. Buys money, commodity, and measure of value is the God system. There is no good article from this wealthy. What was the Ray Dalio in principle and SFI? Why students in a way? Principle by Ray Dalio. And there is nothing in this. Ray Dalio predictable now. Ray Dalio principle of binary machine. Don't do that. Just don't destroy that. If you want your life and success, you will not let yourself to do certain things because you just know good at them. Once you get that picture down, then you find the path wherever the path you open mind in the holy grail of investing. Why is hard? Ray Dalio just shared the mentality he used. Share the mentality used to achieve ambitious goal. Pursuing any big goal start with dream, but without the philosophy, that dream won't be really. When it comes to the living unconventional path and pursuing the big goal that some may deem possible, possessing a mindset that focus on possibilities is a necessity. However, if stare too much on a dreamland state which your goal, you will wear off in a state of delusion where the goal just in the cloud. As a counter, if you wear too far the other ways to solely operate the matter of fact state, you never avoid creating an emotion. Be Hepper, a list billionaire investor, Ray Dalio, author of Principal Life, and recommended that Infuse both type of state in your DNA as a preview. Don't let get me wrong. I believe in making dream happen. To me, there's nothing better in life than doing that. Shoot of dream is what gives life a flavor. My point is that when people create great thing, aren't idle dreamers. They are totally grounded in reality. Being hyper realistic will help you choose your dream wisely and then achieve them. Or lofty dream. Or lofty dreams. As expected, pain to me was directly reaching out to people, going to networking event and having face-to-face talk. As expected, my result was very to start infusing some release. Pain is typically thought of the physical contact, but it manifests itself. But Dalio mentioned in his book, pain plus reflection equal progress. Learn to see pain as signal for reflection. Learn to see pain as a signal that you are fed right. Learn to see lean to into action that habit that feel painful. To dream of owning a boutique design frame, tap on the upper left side. The ground of you need to expand a suit. That's it for the video where read about the what does really look like. What does Ray Dalio look like in his life, and anything else. That's it for the